Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy SCGRANT here, and we're back with another mainline video. So, we are now at the next show in Glitch Productions lineup, and it's called The Knights of Guinevere. Yep, we're looking at a sci-fi psychological thriller this time, and this is not the only time that Glitch Productions has delved into the animation. If you remember the 5th episode of the Digital Circus, they had pretty much Gango's anime segment. Like I said before, this was not the first time that the brothers themselves did not delve into the animation. They did this with their SMG4 parody series, and this is no different. But the strangest part about it is who is basically working on this show. And if you might have figured out from the trailer alone, guess what? It's the creators of Owl House themselves. Dana Terrace, Zach Marcus, and John Bailey Owen. Yep, these 3 creatives who was with the Owl House are now back in full swing, man. Because once again, they had to leave the mainstream and go full on indie. And boy, the moment I saw the trailer, like, yep, this is definitely pretty much a jab at Disney. Especially if you let me put it to you this way: if you have not seen the dark side of Disney, that's what this show feels like. It's not really a jab at Disney. It just shows you the corrupted side of pretty much of the whole entertainment business as it is, man. And boy, the Glitch Productions pulled no punches, man. Good lord, that I did not expect it. But without further ado, what is the Knights of Guinevere really all about? Well, it's about the park itself. It's called Park Planet. It's basically a floating planet that's pretty much in the sky. And well, its mascot, Guinevere, is pretty much is the main attraction of it. But the strangest thing is that this particular quote amusement park princess is actually sentient and wants to get away from it all. She is definitely your typical stereotypical a parody of your typical Disney princess. But because in fact, if you see all the promotion left to it, she does pretty much don attires based on pretty much past like Disney princesses. They're based on pretty much every major Disney princess at the during its times. But the funny thing is, this one became sentient and decided to, quote, leap off the building, like literally jump off the balcony and basically just try to. Because once again, I never expect a show like this to go delve into that, because the teaser itself shows it and the trailer just fooled on it. I watched the pilot and boy, I was interested. Basically, the 2 new characters, Andy and Frankie, they are pretty much her knights. And that's pretty much the whole thing. If you saw the thumbnail of this video and their official channel, you know, on the Glitch Productions, you know that yes, Guinevere is the princess, and Andy and Frankie are her knights. But yeah, they were once kids who basically tried to hack them because they couldn't afford to get in the park. But years later, they're pretty much working pretty much your typical jobs, dealing with corporate bastards. But once again, it's not all sunshine and rainbows. Because once again, during one of pretty much Frankie's usual shifts at the docks, she finds pretty much the Guinevere, but it would usually be one of the androids. But no, this one in particular is the one that Olivia was working on, who was trying to, quote, fix her. But it turns out, yeah, she was not, this Guinevere in particular does not want to do with her. So she might be the one, because if I recall, later on in the pilot, that when pretty much Frankie and Andy basically took it to one of those repair chambers to try to fix her up, it was revealed that if you look closely at the schematics, it realized she has a brain, meaning that she is not just your typical princess android. No. If you have an android with pretty much organic components, especially a brain, it's obviously she is not just an android that just abide by commands and by, you know, pretty much your typical robots. No. If she can throw down with one of Olivia's protectors like that, as I saw in the pilot, nah, bro, she is built different. And the fact is that I did not expect this. Because the fact of the matter is that, once again, Frankie wants to try, once again, she got a ligament dogs, and while her friend Annie's working an engineering job, only to get fired off screen, because why not? Once again, her boss, like, Frankie's boss at the time was like, oh, snap, you found this thing? Damn, that could worth a lot of money. I'm like, okay, no. Because once again, one of the things is, like, the whole theme is trying to fix Olivia, but Olivia, like, Guinevere doesn't really fix it. The fact that she became sentient. Hell, you have Olivia in the intro pulling her intestines, bro. I'm like, what the heck, man? Like, it's obviously that Guinevere is held against her will. Like, if you have a Guinevere android who has gained intelligence and her own free will like that, and became sentient just from the pilot alone, it's obviously that something is off. about this one particular. The meaning that there are more Guinevere androids, but this one particular has to be the original. And if it has a brain and not some sort of, your typical, robotics that you see in theme parks, so you know that this one has to be the true one. If it can go toe to toe with a boss like a Souls boss, like one of Olivia's protectors, like a little Souls boss, and you have a Guinevere tackling it down while pretty much Andy and Frankie are on the verge of death, yeah, that's not gonna help, man. But the strangest thing is that when Guinevere at the very end gets rebooted, she sees both Andy and Frankie in their kid forms. When it got rebooted, meaning that she immediately recognizes them, but only through her and her image when they're kids. Because remember, Frankie and Andy in the pilot now are just adults, because it's been years since they came across her at the time. In fact, it was strange. Cause I think earlier in the pilot, Frankie is kind of hallucinating when you see these three plushies coming at him. Like, yeah, she must save the princess. I'm like, oh, okay, she's definitely on something. I'm like, oh my god, because once again, the entertainment industry is ain't sunshine and rainbows. I can tell you that, man. But damn, man, I never thought it would come to this. But to be honest, man, the fact that this is all based on experience working for Disney, this whole pilot alone, done by both Dana, Zach, and John themselves, was based on experience working on Owl House and under the Disney brand. They took that experience and gave it their own spin, in their own way, without executive or studio interference. Yes, the higher-ups are no longer on their back. They're now free to do whatever the heck they want, man. And I am looking forward to what's to come from the Bliss Productions, man. Because goddamn, they're still working on digital circus. They got greenlit for the Gaslight District. I'm hoping this show gets greenlit too. I want to see where this story about Part Planet and Guinevere herself moves forward, along with Frankie and Andy, because they got artwork officially of them wearing knight-like attire. So it makes sense that they're going to be Guinevere's knights, because once again, everything is all set in stone. We just need to get the green lit and along with the merch too. But yeah, I really like the pilot of pretty much of Knights of Guinevere. I'm looking forward for more from them. But without further ado, that's all I have to say about Knights of Guinevere. It's definitely a step up, because once again, this is another addition to Glitch Productions portfolio. But with very powerful talent who was part of the Disney brand before, but now going independent, I can clearly say that I have full confidence that this show will definitely get greenlit, and hoping that we get more out of this series. Like I said, many people really praised it. They're hoping to see more come out of it now that pretty much Dana, Zach, and John are now going independent and working with both Kevin and Luke at Glitch Productions. Meaning we got more creative freedom. And we're hoping to see where the story of our princess, I would say space princess, takes us forward. But without further ado, that's pretty much all I have to say about Knights of Guinevere, man. And I probably said that twice, man, but I really like the pilot, man, because it really got me invested in knowing where the story is going. Because once again, I'm really curious to see where the story goes, and I'm hoping that they're given the time, resources, and amount of pretty much leeway to finally see where the story goes. You have the pilot. Now you gotta work off on that and see what comes next for our pretty much two Dastardly heroes gonna help out the long lost princess herself, Guinevere. Anyway, this is your boy SCGRANT, and boy, do I got lots to say about my next video, cause let's just say that it's gonna get heated. Newsflash, it's related to City Skylines, and you already know what's to come next. So please, make sure you stay tuned to what's to come next, because boy, a lot's about to go down in the next 2 weeks. Anyway, this is your boy SCGRANT, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care, bye bye!